ladies and gentlemen, to episode 64 of the Under Review podcast.
Like Nintendo 64?
That is correct. We are 1 week away from SEC football. There's college football this weekend. There's a couple matchups. We're not going to talk about them, but there is a ranked matchup to be watching out for up in Ireland.
Yep. Brittany was talking about, she says, their football start. I said, yeah, some teams are playing. She said, we're watching it. I said, yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm not. I'll be, especially that 11 o'clock Kansas State game, I'll be prior obligation, so I'll be off the chart for that one.
Oh, I thought they'd have a Thursday game this week.
No, it starts Saturday. There's 5 matchups on Saturday, and then that following Thursday, the 28th, which we'll get into next week because there is an SEC game that week on that day.
Mm-hmm.
But college football starts this Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, we got prior engagements too, but nonetheless.
But I want to thank everybody for heading out here to listen to us. Want to thank the Wise for putting up with us. Thank God we made it another week.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about a lot of things today. This is our preview from our award show. Who's going to take home the gold this year? Who could be possibly fired before or near the end of the season? There's a couple hot seats with guys. A couple guys that you might not know about or think about in this particular area. But we're going to get on to it. But I'm going to tell y'all now, next week we are going to be delighted with the man, the myth, and the legend, Hayden Coker.
The professional.
Will be in the studio next week to help us run down week one. Y'all probably going to see it anyway, but I just wanted to let everybody know that they can get ready to hear some actually good commentary for football instead of two numbers.
Oh, man.
But before we get started into everything, I'm going to take a quick word from our sponsor.
This episode of the Under Review podcast is brought to you by Chuck's Heating and Air. Chuck has over 40 years of service and experience with residential services. He services most makes and models. He is Alabama licensed, bonded, and insured, and locally owned and operated. Are you hot and you're supposed to be cool? Are you cool and you're supposed to be hot? Then you've got a problem. Call Chuck. Area code 256-892-2757. Again, 256-892-2757. Chuck's Heating and Air.
Thank you again.
This episode
Chuck.
of the Under Review podcast.
Technical difficulties at its finest. But thank you for Chuck's Heating and Air for being our sponsor. Probably getting another sponsor in soon. Don't know when that'll be yet. Maybe probably about before mid-season. Shut up, Squirtle.
So that wasn't Knox?
No, that was Garth. But
I got to visit the other day.
Let's get into some preseason awards. How about you?
So there's our little graphic for that one, just for
college football playoffs. What you think here?
The stuff you sent me had everybody but one team that I put in there, and I know it's a curse, but you cannot do the college playoff without the red team. I think they will have some struggles, but I think other teams will struggle as well. Hopefully Ty Simpson does enough, and I think he's got key players around him, Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, that can make him a great player. But I don't think you can look at the college playoff without having Alabama in it.
I mean, I can, but
well, I know it hurts me to say, but
I just don't. I don't think Ty Simpson's the right man for the job. And then you're going to throw in Austin Mack or Kalon Russell. But how far is that going to get you? You know? Texas A&M, pretty much, I say the top four locks, Texas A&M, LSU, Georgia, Texas. Georgia, I don't say. I say barely getting in.
I'm just sketchy about them. The new quarterback situation could be their downfall, or I won't say a rebuilding year, but Better luck next
But
time.
technically, the only two teams on this screen that don't have a new quarterback is Texas A&M and LSU.
Well, I mean, I don't consider Arch a new quarterback, new full time. Yes,
Starting full time. Yeah, that's where I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. It's just Alabama. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'll say, like I said, Texas A&M, Texas, LSU, and Georgia, for sure. On the for sure side, I'll take the three: Texas A&M, and LSU. I'm iffy on Alabama and Georgia for sure. I really am.
Well, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I like what Texas A&M is doing and all this, but I think you're putting all your eggs in one basket.
I do it every day.
Oh, I know, and I've got some of your eggs too.
But that's who we think is going to make the playoffs out of the SEC. More or less, some teams, but
give or take one or two.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be real interesting to see about mid-season how everybody will be performing in and outside of the SEC. Like big questions to come. We'll get more into it next week. Ohio State and their situation, the Michigan situation, the Oregon situation. There's so many situations going on now.
It's like the situation. So what all did Michigan get? Because we were kind of talking about it. We know they got that like $20 million penalty. Are they even eligible for bowl games?
Yeah, they didn't get a postseason ban.
Huh. So what was the actual tomfoolery with it?
I don't know. I mean, it was the whole situation about Connor Stallions a couple years ago when they won the national championship and Jim Harbaugh dude. But I don't know. I really didn't look into it too much. But I do want to say, as of today, and this is recorded on a Tuesday, lo and behold, you're 9-time national champs.
Wiggle, wiggle. So Alabama's been doing it for years, so I don't want to hear nothing from them. So
right. But anyway, let's get on to the next one.
I knew that was coming. So
at some point, the Heisman Trophy. I think to me personally, again, as Marty said, I'm putting all my eggs into one basket here, and that is being LSU. And I think Garrett Nussmeier is the answer for the Heisman out of the SEC. I don't think there is a guy inside the SEC, if it ain't Nussmeier, that wins this trophy this year.
Maybe when we get to the Offensive Player of the Year, the guy that I put in there. But like you said, if the thing that I just don't jump up and down about this, even Brittany made the point we were kind of talking about it yesterday, is the fact how much he struggled last year. How many games? I mean, yes, they lost a couple here at the beginning, but has his struggles. Even you're going to catch 30-something catch. You're going to have 30-something receptions on 56 passes. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't I think it could be somebody else, maybe not even from the SEC. But
that's why I said if it is from the SEC, that my choice is Garrett Nussmeier. I mean, I don't know who, Julian Sayin, maybe if he has a good year. I don't know who else could possibly be in the running until about mid-season because, that's usually when the guys,
Where's he a running back at?
Who? Julian Sainz, the quarterback at Ohio State.
Okay, that was the guy I had on my college team. I thought he was a running back. Anyway, squirrel. I don't know. There's, especially once we get into the offense, defensive players of the years, but I mean, he could win it, but if he struggles often or as much as he did last year, this year, I don't think it'll happen for him. He might go to New York, but definitely not winning it.
Well, again, last year when we did this, we didn't think Ashton Genty or Travis Hunter would even be in the conversation.
Well, we had a doubting with Travis Hunter because of, his status. And
I'm talking about at the beginning of our season, we didn't have neither one of them, even saying that was going to New York for this champion. For this trophy.
I thought I had Genty picked. I had Genty in the running. because I remember looking at it. But like I said,
back
not for.
I don't know.
No, I remember, but that's beside the point. That one kind of come before. I just misplaced it.
So I don't know if this is just me or if this is both of us. Both of us.
This one's all you.
Oh, this one's me. Do you not have say?
This is all your eggs in the basket here.
Do you not have a say who you think the SEC championship is?
I like Texas. I don't think Georgia's gonna hang in there again. Texas, Alabama again. I really don't see a sleeper team, and I'm not saying this because Auburn's got a sketchy ahead of schedule, and we say it every year, but because we're Auburn fans, I think they miss it, but I think they're better. But yeah, I like Texas and Alabama.
So my eggs in one basket, like we always know. It's LSU and Texas A&M.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah. But, like I said, Garrett Nussmeier, Barry and Brown, Bauer Sharp, Durham, Harlem Berry, some of the guys off the LSU team, Texas A&M, TJ Searcy,
Was that Marcel Reed?
Yeah, Marcel Reed, Le'Veon Moss. I couldn't think of KC Conception. A lot of guys, that I feel like should be well known for this upcoming season.
This is Mike Nepo, right? Got to be
more careful.
Wait.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Well, cuss words brought to you by Riverside FM. But no. So who do you got winning here? If this is how it breaks down.
If this is how I see it, I really do see, LSU. I like the defense from Texas A&M. I think on paper, they have one of the best defenses inside the SEC. On paper. I think, again, on paper, the best offense is from this LSU Tigers team. They can figure it out, Nussmeier and all the names that I've said before.
Mm-hmm.
I think that their defense is average enough to keep them in ball games and win them the SEC championship.
Yeah, if it plays out like this, I do like LSU. The key players, and by this time you would think Nussmeier and his guys and Kelly's got it figured out. But on the other hand, I still see where Texas could leak into winning the SEC.
Yeah, I could too, but I feel like, playing in Georgia, and, I don't have their schedule in front of me, but I feel like they could 1 or 2 losses, but still get inside the playoff.
Well, especially for ACC, it's a new format like we did last year with the top 2 teams winning instead of having a North and South or East and West or whatever it was.
If East and West was a thing, this would not be a thing because both of these teams would be in the same division.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm pretty sure Texas would have been in the East maybe. I don't know. Who would have, nobody knows what they would have been up to, but, or it would have been a Georgia. So, or East and South and East, I think is what it was. Who knows? But Offensive Player of the Year, I'm pretty sure you got DJ Lagway, and then I picked Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I meant to say this before. For any true Super SEC fans, and I put you on to it.
Saturday, yeah.
Any given Saturday, that has been one of the best inside looks at some of these programs. And I really got a more understanding of DJ Lagway and the troubles.
And Nussmeier.
Yes, and most definitely, and the Peyton Thorne. But, they went through his. And now I want to see Shane Beamer win just after watching this.
And I want to see Diego Pavia lose more.
Yeah, that's exactly what Brittany said. She says, I can't stand him. She says, I hope he loses twice on Saturday. But
every given Saturday.
Right, every given. But no, please, guys, if you have a chance, that is a really good for a SEC fan to take a few hours and enjoy just the little side notes and the behind the scenes stuff.
Yep.
That's which is always my favorite.
And again, hold on, if you're another behind the scenes person, squirrel right here, WWE Unreal on Netflix is also a great watch. It's 5 episodes right now.
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, it's very good. If you'd like the behind the scenes stuff, yes, it's scripted. Who cares? But if you like the behind the scenes stuff and how the mind works and everything, that is a great watch. I'd probably watch it again. I'm just that invested in it.
Yeah, I'm waiting on me to finish. I'm trying to watch Suits right now and get it finished. I got like 2 more seasons, and I'm definitely going to get my WWE stuff in. All right, now that we're back off the squirrel, yeah. I mean, I don't know, just even because that kind of led into this is watching his struggle last year and where, how determined he is. I really think if he has a few good players around him, he really could make the case for Offensive Player of the Year.
Again, we talked about it last year. These individual awards are not based mostly based on the individual. Like we said, it's mostly based on as a team. That's why some of the players were, I say, screwed out of it last year, being Stone Blanton on the defensive side on how he did not win Defensive Player of the Year, and he led the
shocks me.
He had 150-something tackles and a couple sacks and an intercept. Like I don't know. I don't get it. Granted, he played on Mississippi State. That's probably why. But with Garrett Nussmeier, the core around Nussmeier, again, like I've said, the tight ends, the wide receivers, the running back, the offensive line, it is rebuilt just for Nussmeier. And LSU's doing the same thing I'm doing. They're putting all their eggs in this year or nothing, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just, I think they said even in a thing that next year was going to be, national championship or bust for this team because they have way more talent to get there.
And they do. And that based on all the stuff that we've done and all the stuff we've watched, and I just feel like Offensive Player of the Year will go at the end of the year to Garrett Nussmeier.
If, like you said, if he lives up to the hype, most definitely. But dark horse candidate, I like DJ Lagway.
If let's go in dark horse, I don't really know who I want as a dark horse. Maybe Austin Simmons, depending on how he plays in Ole Miss. But again, I don't see Ole Miss having the best seasons.
No. Well, I like Lenore Sellers. I think he's got a lot to prove this year.
You and Hayden, I'm not on the South Carolina train.
Me and him's talked about it, and I'm not going to just run down the field with him, but I'm saying especially again watching that documentary, I guess it appealed to me, his struggles and stuff, but I just don't know if he has the help around him as
I like Shane Beamer. I like Shane Beamer. I like what he does, but I just don't think that they're yet. They are there yet.
I hope so, because I think he's getting around time to do.
Yeah, as we'll see later.
Yeah. All right, so let's...
Should be Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah.
It is.
Defensive Player of the Year. I went with TJ Searcy from Texas A&M, and then Marty went with Dylan Stewart, who, did he win last year, or Kyle Kennard? Kyle Kennard.
I think it was Kyle Kennard, but I think Dylan should have won it.
Yeah. I mean, both of them are great picks. I think both of these guys right here are great picks.
Mm-hmm.
From everything that I've said about TJ Searcy, he had outstanding numbers last year from Florida. Then transferring over to a defense that's built a little bit for him.
Around it, right.
Exactly. And then Dylan Stewart, going back to that South Carolina, he's filling that Kyle Kennard gap, which, them two last year was deadly. But now, in his sophomore season, it's him. He's the guy.
Who's the other guy that was with him last year?
I don't know. I thought it was just them two, but I think there's another freshman on that, sophomore this year that was on that defense that was tearing it up with him.
I might be thinking of it. I'm trying to think, who was that big defensive guy that I like? Debo?
Yeah, he graduated last year.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's
a linebacker. But them three on that defense that made it helped them a lot.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, I hear the gremlin. But no, to me, either one of these could do it, and I would be fine. Which I think, Kennard was amazing last year, but I think he kind of overshadowed Dylan a little bit, but not by much.
I feel like a dark horse in this situation right here is going to be Keon Sabb or the Lawson kid from Alabama.
I like Jay Crawford. I think he's
Oh, yeah.
supposed to
Jeff
be
Anthony.
one of the true.
Either one.
Right, either one. But I know as young as we were last year in the defensive
And
secondary.
then Jay Crawford just coming out outstanding like he was. He wouldn't have got that opportunity if Champ Anthony wouldn't have went down in that Arkansas game. So for him filling those shoes as a true freshman, he just did outstanding work last year.
And now that they're on the same field together,
Right. It could be,
hopefully.
Right. Special Teams Player of the Year goes from a Kentucky transfer, Barryon Brown, eggs in one basket, to LSU. This kid right here, I've loved him at Kentucky. He has quickness up and down, punt return, kickoff return, you name it. It's like Devin Hester, but without Devin Hester. I'm not going to put him at Devin Hester, numbers.
No.
But, I mean, when he's on kickoff return, it's something to watch. And when he's lined up in the slot in the wide receiver, it's something to watch. He is the perfect balance of hands, feet, agility, and you just love to watch him.
Yeah, I couldn't find anybody else that I would like to have here. Maybe a kicker, but no, Barryon Brown.
Trace back.
Yeah, be kicking 70-yard field goals.
Wow.
But no, this guy's electric to watch again, like you said. Even at the wide receiver position, but then when he jumps back there on punts and kickoff, it's just like you said, it's must-see TV.
Yeah. I think he had 2 kickoff returns last year for Kentucky and a punt return, I want to say. So, positive yardage, if you can get a good returner and you're not starting on your own 20 or 25, you're starting about your own 45 or about midfield every drive.
That's big.
That
big.
puts your offense in a great position.
Mm-hmm. Just got to score. Whoop.
You just got to do what you got to do with that short amount of field in that situation. So then we're going to go over to Freshman of the Year. And like I said earlier, I don't have much say for Ty Simpson. I feel like Keelan Russell will come in and win the job and then get Freshman of the Year from Alabama.
So let's just say Ty Simpson does do Ty Simpson things, and he runs Alabama's offense through the season. I think Russell get a little playing time. Do you have anybody else that you would put in this spot?
Eggs in one basket, Harlem Berry, running back, LSU. Currently listed as number 2 on the depth chart, behind Durham, who had great numbers last year, really great numbers. But a 5-star running back coming in, highly touted prospect. A lot of carries I've seen going towards him in practice. They want to get him involved in a lot in this offense with Brian Kelly. So if it's not Russell, I want to say it's Berry.
All right, well, let's jump on to our guy. I mean, Jackson Arnold's been struggling at practice.
That's what I've heard.
I've seen Duke play, or I've watched a little bit of stuff. We got to see him a little bit at the A-Day. If he can get in there and run that successful offense, because being a dual threat, that could be Deuce Knight's spot. But and that's because I know more Auburn than I do
anybody else. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, Jackson Arnold could be the second string by week 3. Because if
you get finished to get Ball State, there's a problem.
Solid point, but
Peyton Thorne.
Oh God, don't remind me.
Newcomer of the Year, I'm giving it to the running back out of Mississippi State, Fluff Bothwell. Do you have any against this?
No. I've been a Fluff fan since South Alabama. Really like this kid, and I hope his talent overturns to be that guy in the SEC.
And I feel like, yes, it's Mississippi State, so it's not going to get touted as well. But if, like I said, when I was doing the Mississippi State stuff, if he can come in and run for over 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns, he'll win this award outright, I feel.
Mm-hmm. I definitely always liked this kid, so especially where was he from? I know South
Anderson,
Alabama.
wasn't it?
I know he's pretty close to home, so
I think it's Anderson. I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but
Alexandria, maybe?
somewhere around there. I don't think it's. I want to. I think it starts with the name. I'm not sure.
Valley Cubs or whatever they may be. All right, let's jump on to Coach of the Year.
Is it Coach of the Year? Yep, Brian.
Yeah.
I say Brian Kelly.
This is your basket, so.
It is. I say Brian Kelly. But then again, if a said team can turn it around, have 8 or 9 wins, and one of them wins being the Iron Bowl, it could be Hugh Freeze.
He's gonna have to get in the playoff for this to happen. I mean, he's there, but I like Freeze because he's my guy. But Shane Beamer, I really like Shane Beamer.
Yeah. Again, I don't feel with the current South Carolina roster that I am behind that. I like Shane Beamer, I really do, but I feel like I don't like him over a Hugh Freeze or a Brian Kelly if he can win.
So go back watching the show that we watched. How many games did they lose under 7 points?
Who?
South Carolina last year.
Oh, that was a lot, but you got to think Lenorse was hurt. They lost the LSU game because Robbie Ashford came in and then fluffed a kick, which that wasn't on Robbie. That was straight on the kicker. He got them. He did his part. He did his part.
I remember watching that and I was like, "Oh, don't miss it! Don't miss it!" Oh man.
Yeah, because I was texting our group because he led the great drive.
Yeah.
Like it was the kicker's game to lose and he lost it. But again, it was back on the South Carolina defense for letting the LSU get back into that ball game after the momentum had shifted when Lenorse got hurt right at halftime.
Right, and it just brought it all back because we watched a good bit of these games that they show on the show.
Yeah.
And Brittany's like, "Well, who won?" I said, "I don't remember, but I think it's this." And then you just relive it again. You're like, "Oh."
Like the heartbreak when when Vanderbilt took on Texas, how actually close that they were.
Right.
We don't see it that way because it kind of, got a little out of hand at the end. But you go back, if you watch that, it was actually really close. And, I think they lost by like 10 or something.
Yeah, so they stretched it out right there. And that's like even through the Vandy and Alabama game. Brittany says, "I ain't watching this. This is ridiculous." That's why her hate for Diego Pavia has grown.
Yeah.
So we got the Coach of the Year too, always the end of the year problem.
Coach is on the hot seat. There's 5 guys here. Do you have any more that you added to this?
No. I think this was pretty much kind of where we're at.
How you felt
last year. So let's kind of rank them. Who's the most out of it? So number 1 has got to be Hugh Freeze.
I was going to say Billy Napier. The strength of Florida's schedule is so pissing hard that Nick Saban couldn't take this team and go through the gauntlet. I mean, yeah, it's a Miami team that's a shaky, but I just Billy Napier has to win. I feel like I feel like he's number 1 just for that reason, and I put Hugh Freeze right behind him.
Well, okay, I could see that, but I think with the talent, I don't think Florida is talented as Auburn as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think Hugh should be one. But like you said, either one of them could be replaceable. I think sitting at number 5 is going to be Clark Lee. Because what he's done with Vandy, I know Pavia is going to be gone. I think his burner still fairly low. Pittman and Beamer can be because
interchangeable.
Right. Well, what's Pittman? 6-7 years now at Arkansas?
I think it was 6. I think we said.
And then I think Beamer, this is his 4th or 5th year.
Yeah.
But I think if he gets bowl eligible, Beamer's not going anywhere.
Right. I think the only coach on this list, if they go bowl eligible, that gets fired is Hugh Freeze. If they go 6-6.
Oh, most definitely.
That's the only guy I see. If they make it 6-6, Hugh Freeze will be gone.
And I don't want to say that because I know how it is, especially at Auburn.
Right. Yeah.
because we're going to, if that may be the case, we're going to pay him till 2028, and then. But who else is out there? I mean, yes, they can.
And Ogeron said he wants to come back.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, Gus Malzahn did win a championship, but
Rhett Lashley.
Oh, no, I do like Lashley. But no, yeah, like you said, 1 and 2 definitely Napier and Freeze. Clark Lee being at that 5 spot, and then Beamer and Pittman can interchange depending on how season goes.
How I would rank them would be Napier 1, Hewitt 2. I'll say Sam Pittman at 3, and then Clark Lee at 4, and Shane Beamer at 5. The reason I put Clark Lee at 4 instead of 5 to just say Vanderbilt goes back to 3-9. They'll with Diego Pavia. That's the big thing. Diego, if you watch the series, Diego Pavia, he speaks really highly. Even in the offseason, Diego Pavia, we're going to be at the SEC championship. Just watch. Okay, you go 3-9, then questions are going to start to be questions are going to start to be looking at Clark Lee now. It's like, this is your second season with this kid, and you did worse. You went backwards a lot.
Well, they paid him a lot of money to be down there, so.
Yeah, but, you go from, what they go, 8-4 last year, something like that?
Yeah.
And then you turn that around to 3-9 with this pretty much the same team?
I think quarterback, like you said, Eli Stovers and them guys, but I could see that, but I think there's so much good right now going on at Vandy for that program that they're not just going to cut him down at the legs like they've done Auburn, or Auburn has done before, and some other teams have done, like with Shula at Alabama. And
which Vanderbilt is not known for doing that either. They've had coaches on there for 0-12 for a couple seasons. So, I mean.
But you think if that culture is changing, winning is, Vanderbilt's not going to be the punching bag every year, and I think that's what he's inspired. So maybe if he does go 3-9, they give him one more year. Right. But I think unless something goes wrong in Kentucky and they lose all their games, and Stoops would be on the hot seat. But I think right now, starting on the season, these are your.
That would be my wild card. Would be Stoops. He's entering his 10th, 11th. He's been there a while. 10th, 11th season.
Yeah.
But you think of Mike Tomlin in this situation. He's mediocre. He's not the best. He's not the worst. He's going to get you 7-5, 6-6, 8-4.
Yeah, get you a bowl game.
Average. He can get you a bowl game. Maybe get you a bowl win. But that's Stoops. That's Kentucky. That's all you want from Kentucky, pretty much.
That's the mediocrity of that.
If once you get 5-7, 4-8, once you start getting those areas, then you can start to talk about him being in this situation that we're talking about right now.
Yeah. So with all these coaches in the hot seat, who is the coach that is not going anywhere regardless?
What do you mean?
Just saying, something happens at Texas and they lose 5 or 6 games. Is he going to be gone? Is Sharp going to be gone? Or
I say the way that I see the season, and that would be Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. Has a little rough year. You lose more than you did last year. Alabama's not used to this. Say you lose 5 games.
Right.
Alabama's not used to this. But new era, I think he stays. I think even though the fans will be calling for his heads on pitchforks, and they'll be outside
they was already doing that.
And when they lost 4.
God bless them.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be our new. God dang it, hurt. Same spot.
But I think it would be Kalen DeBoer, or maybe Jeff Lebby from Mississippi State.
That was mine. Was DeBoer. I think if this train goes off the rails, like you said, loses 5 games, they'll really be calling for his head. But yeah, gum, fly in my throat.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Oh, that's too funny. So I think that's all we got. But like I said, I'm interested, especially maybe if we have a little mid-season break, we can kind of go revisit this topic.
Right.
Maybe we got a bunch of off weeks and stuff. We can start looking at this. But I hate seeing our team on there because we know the talent we got there. And we know Freeze is a fairly good coach.
Right.
So, like you said, the guys like Beamer and we figured Napier and Pittman would have been gone last year before number. Yeah. But it's what it is.
I think this, so if Graham Mertz don't get hurt and he stays at quarterback at Florida, Napier might have been fired.
Yeah. And I hated watching that episode because I knew it was coming.
Oh, that hurt me. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Just I'm not a big Graham Mertz guy, but watching him as a senior going through that,
going through that, and
sucks.
especially when they showed him going to surgery, him and his mom and dad there. Yeah. It gives you for a good cry, cuss, and holler. That whole
this whole shit banging caboodle.
Yeah.
But now that was all said and done for episode 64, we're going to get into our best all-time logo tournament, which brought us down to number 8, Ole Miss, and number 5, LSU. Hold on.
I was waiting on you. So, what were the numbers on this one? I didn't even
look. I just sent it in. I did not even look. I don't think it was close, though.
Well, this doesn't surprise me because this is the retro
logo
one.
For the listeners, Ole Miss won, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I guess we could put that in there.
Yeah.
But look, if I look, I know you sent me that stuff, and I still put LSU because I had to go back before we started and do a whole nother thing because I was like, it's the battle of the two Tigers. But no, I always like this logo. This is kind of one we grew up with. And to me, it meant Ole Miss football. It didn't mean all that other silly mess. This was Ole Miss football. Just the retro part of it. And I do like that. But all that being said, this sets up for the finals.
That it does. Do you have a screen for the finals? And there it is. Number 8, Ole Miss Rebels, taking on number 14, Auburn Tigers in the finals. So, with that being said, when at the end of this episode you get done listening, make sure you listen to the whole episode first. Don't go clicking off just yet, folks. When you get done listening to this episode, hop over to Facebook, take a vote, and then the winner will be announced on the live episode, the first live episode of the year. I know what you're thinking. It will be announced next, but we're going to do it on the live episode.
Oh, on the recap
show? Live recap. Live recap with Cody Mealer in the studio.
Oh, chicken boy. Gosh dang, my knee still hurts.
But yes, and back to that every Sunday. Hop over to Facebook I want to say about 6 o'clock usually. We'll be doing a live there. It'll be our recaps for the day. Week 1's going to be a little iffy, it's not going to be iffy. It's going to be washy because there's still be games going on at the time. But we're still going to be on Facebook Live giving all the info from the games that have passed.
64 episodes in, and we're still trying to figure it out.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, 2 years in. All right, guys. Again, find me at Under Review Customs for any of your custom sports needs, cards, pictures, frames, anything like that. Always taking orders. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, my phone number, however.
Then head on over to Wild Country Homestead. Find us on Facebook for all your pickled eggs, loaves of bread, pickles,
waffles,
cinnamon rolls, waffles, muffins, dinner rolls, rabbit's feet.
I think I got some eggs. Muffins or some. I think Maddie's got us some muffin or waffles coming.
Could be what she's cooking right now. I don't know. Smells good in there.
We got some. Brittany got chocolate chip, and I got chocolate blueberries. Chip. Yeah.
Blueberries are good, let me tell you. But
are they fresh blueberries, or what are they?
Fresh blueberries. Well, store-bought blueberries, I mean.
Well, somebody, that was fresh one time. God,
Yeah.
my knee. I said
Powered by Riverside FM.
all right, guys, that's kind of wrapping it up for this episode. Of course, you can find us on any of the streaming platforms, Spotify, Facebook. Let me click to the other one because I know it's got it on there.
YouTube. Well, YouTube ain't on there.
all the
but
ones
YouTube.
Are we on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to go back. And again, guys, the season is fixing to start. We're going to try to get a whole new look going for us. Sponsorships are available for your needs, our needs, and we can always work something out.
This time next week, this episode will look a whole lot different. And, we've put a lot of work inside, which really crunch time. We've all been working on this for the past 2 weeks, I feel like. Well, some of it.
Yeah,
Some of it's been in the works for about 3 months now with the pictures and graphic stuff.
Oh, I know. My poor fingers.
Yeah, and make sure you're logged in on Facebook on Saturdays because a lot of our stuff that we'll be giving to y'all will be game updates through the Under Review podcast page itself. Everybody has ESPN, but if you're scrolling on Facebook, you'll be like, hey, it's midday. I don't have my, you're not watching the game, so hop on over to Facebook, give us a like, give us a share. There's going to be some new score bugs and new updates on there as well, weekly for the games itself.
All right, my friend.
And I think that's it. So we'll see y'all next time when we go Under Review.